Hey everyone, my name is Aaron. Welcome back to the Humble Gent YouTube channel. Today we're doing an unboxing and first impressions of a watch that I've had my eye on for the past 6 years. It's a watch that I've almost pulled the trigger on 5, 6, 7 times over the past several years. Always purchased something else, and I finally pulled the trigger on this specific Tudor watch, and I am really excited to do this unboxing and get this watch on my wrist. I apologize for the lack of uploads on this channel. It's been almost a year, and the last watch I made a video on was this Tudor Ranger right here, which is a beautiful watch, and this will always be in my collection. In the past year, I've sold and bought so many different watches, and I wish I did record all of it for all of you, and I do want to be more active on this channel because watch collecting is a huge passion of mine, and I'm always selling, buying, looking at new watches, looking at new releases and so on. But really quick, before we get this unboxing started, I'll show you guys the main watches I've been wearing in 2024, and I will do a whole video going in depth with each watch. We'll do a quick look, then we'll get into the unboxing of my new Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. So right now we're in my Omega Seamaster Aquaterra with this beautiful Uncle Seiko bracelet that looks really nice with this watch. This watch was my wedding watch. It means a lot to me. And these watches here are the other watches I wore the most in 2024. We're not going to go in detail, but I'll show you guys each watch really quick, then we'll get into the unboxing. The first watch here is the astor+banks Fortitude Light. This is an awesome micro brand from Chicago, and that's where I'm from. Great build quality, phenomenal watch. The next one here is the Oris Diver 65 with that dark blue dial. This also is an aftermarket, really high quality bracelet, which really makes this watch stick out, and this is a watch that is on my wrist often. Next one here is the Tudor Ranger, which I purchased about this time last year. Definitely an underrated watch, but this is definitely one of the watches I find on my wrist often. The next watch here is another awesome watch. It's an everyday watch by Manta. It's the Manta Noble. Manta is one of those brands where you get so much for the money. The last watch here is a chronograph by Hemel. This is a cool watch because the whole dial is illuminated. This watch also means a lot to me because I proposed to my wife with this watch on Christmas of 2021. So in another video, I'll go over all watches in depth, showing why I wore these watches the most, and I'll show you other watches I purchased in 2024 that I really love. Alright, watch unboxing time. And I got this watch pre-owned off Chrono24. And hopefully everything is exactly how the listing was. We got the Tudor box right here. Alright, let's get this opened up really quick. Everything looks good so far. Box is in phenomenal condition. And this is a 2021 watch, I believe. And I bought this watch pre-owned, full set, box and papers. Let's get this open here and take a look at the Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. Alright, here it is. Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. First time looking at it here. Take a look at that. Absolutely stunning watch here. With the white gold and the indices there. Very nice polishing on the side. So it looks in good condition, some minor scratches. I will get this polished to get all the scratches to go away, make it look absolutely brand new. What's good to see is the dial and the bezel are in excellent condition. Since the bezel is not ceramic, it's nice to see there's no scratches, and you can tell this watch was taken care of by the previous owner. And I noticed a lot of online reviewers don't like the rivets on the watch, but when you look at other people that own the watch, it's something you don't notice. It's very minimal. It's something you don't notice on the wrist. I had the fake rivets on my Oris Diver 65 as well, and it's something I didn't really even care about. It was very minor. It is something that goes back to vintage styling. It doesn't really do anything for the watch, but it's also something that's very small that doesn't really matter. It looks fine, and it's something you don't notice while you are wearing this watch. Alright, I'm going to get this watch sized for my 7¼ inch wrist, then we'll go into a little more detail on the Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. Alright guys, in the studio now, I adjusted the links for my Tudor Black Bay 58, and absolutely perfect fit on my 7¼ inch wrist. Not too tight, not too loose. The one thing about the Black Bay 58 is a basic clasp on here. No T-fit adjustment. I'm sure they'll get it eventually. One thing I did learn though is you could put the Tudor Ranger bracelet, it fits directly on the Black Bay 58. It's nice because the Ranger bracelet does have the T-fit clasp, and I like that it's all brushed. As you can see here, it's completely brushed all the way around. This whole watch is brushed except for the slight polish around the bezel right there. I'm not gonna lie, this bracelet is very nice. It does have a slight taper going about 2 millimeters down, and the clasp is very high quality, don't get me wrong. For a lot of people with a minimal micro adjustment, it doesn't fit great. I happen to get lucky with my wrist size, but there is slight micro adjustment, only 3. I wish it had 4 or 5. It would have made a difference for a lot of people. But for me, it ended up fitting my 7¼ inch wrist absolutely perfect. Alright, so we'll take a quick look at the watch on my 7¼ inch wrist. Fits absolutely perfect with that 39mm case diameter. And we'll take a step back and see how it looks far back here. Man, this is a very, very classy watch. I love that I went with the blue. If I went with the black version, it would have been very nice too. But take a look at that. Honestly, this would be great for smaller wrists, bigger wrists. Like I said, 7¼ inches, not too big of a wrist, not too small. Honestly, pretty average size. This can be worn in more casual settings as well as more dressy settings, no problem. And on top of that, there's a lot of beautiful aftermarket bracelets, leather, and rubber straps for the Black Bay 58. Because it's such a popular watch, there are so many awesome aftermarket options for this watch. Absolutely stunning. The size is honestly perfect. And one watch that does compare directly to the Black Bay 58, in my opinion, is the Oris Diver 65. It's hard to see in this lighting, but this is the navy or dark blue dial version, and this is also a phenomenal watch. But even though this is an aftermarket bracelet, it does have the faux rivets, just like the Black Bay 58. And with the faux rivets, I don't mind it whatsoever. Honestly, it is a design on here that's very, very subtle, but even looking at it right here, you can barely see it on my wrist. I don't notice it at all wearing it, and other people looking at the wrist won't see it as well. The only way you really see it more pronounced is if the watch is off and someone's looking at it. And the only people I see that really complain about the rivets are also other online reviewers that are reviewing this watch. For some reason, they all hate the rivets. It's like a big deal to them. In reality, it's a very, very minor thing with these vintage-inspired dive watches like the Black Bay 58 and the Oris Diver 65. And really quick, I'll put the Oris Diver 65 just for a quick comparison, show you guys how it looks. And honestly, they wear very, very similarly, not gonna lie. This is a 40mm case diameter, but it's a small 40mm, very small case diameter. They both have the dome sapphire crystal for that vintage styling, as you can see here. Slight dome sapphire crystal. Obviously, the Black Bay 58 is definitely a bit thicker than the Oris Diver 65. I will do a full video comparing these two watches. Yes, this is more expensive than the Oris Diver 65, but in regards to styling and how they look on my wrist, they both fit very similar and have similar design cues as well. The Oris Diver 65, stunning watch. And this is also a watch that can be used for any occasion, business or casual. And this is also a strap monster as well. It looks great on a bunch of NATOs, leather, and rubber straps. And I love this blue dial. It's a subtle blue. It does look black in some lightings. This is also my favorite variation of the Oris Diver 65. I know I keep saying this, but this is a really handsome looking watch. I'm happy I went with the blue. It literally matches any outfit I would wear, any occasion. I'm excited to experiment with different strap options with this watch. As most of us know, Tudor is the sister brand of Rolex, and this was established in 1926 by Hans Wilsdorf. Tudor brand was created to be a more affordable version of Rolex at the time. And skipping way ahead, the launch of the Black Bay 58 in 2018 definitely changed things for Tudor completely. But this specific version right here, the blue version, was released in 2020, and it was extremely popular when this came out. When this first came out, you could not get this at retail. It was going way above retail, and on top of that, at the AD, you would be put on a wait list. It was that popular, and at the time, I was considering buying it for over retail on the gray market. But something always made me stop from buying it, and I don't know why it took me so long to purchase this watch. I always purchased something else in the meantime. Years later, I got this way below retail, a used version of this watch that's in excellent condition, and honestly, I'm so happy to finally have the Tudor Black Bay 58 in my collection. Alright, so we'll go over a couple more stats of the Black Bay 58 and we'll end the video there. What I'll do is wear this watch for a couple weeks, then I'll give my full in-depth review of this watch. But for now, this is just my unboxings and first impressions of the Black Bay 58. So like I stated before, this is a 39mm case diameter, and it's definitely made for smaller wrist sizes. It could be for bigger wrists as well, but with that short lug to lug, it'll fit great on a huge variety of wrist sizes. The lug to lug on the Black Bay 58 is 47mm, I believe, which is very small. That's why it wears so great on a huge variety of wrist sizes. So in regards to the thickness of the Black Bay 58, it is not too thick. Heritage Black Bays were definitely more slab-sided. This is a nice 11.9mm, and that's including the domed sapphire crystal. This doesn't wear thick whatsoever. It's a very thin watch, small lug to lug, 39mm case diameter, and on top of that, it has no crown guards. A watch with crown guards definitely gives the appearance of a bigger watch, and because this is a vintage-inspired watch, Tudor made it so it would wear very small on the wrist, which is great, like I said, for a huge variety of different wrist sizes. The hands, the indices are in white gold. You can see the Tudor rose that's on the crown right there. And you also have the Tudor snowflake as the hour hand, which I absolutely love. It really what sets Tudor apart. If Tudor went with the Mercedes hands like the Rolex does, or the vintage Tudor watches, I feel like it wouldn't be the same. Tudor at this point in time is not just the cheaper Rolex brand. Tudor definitely has its own brand identity at this point. In my opinion, the Tudor snowflake definitely separates Tudor from other luxury brands. The movement in the Tudor Black Bay 58 is the MT5402 movement, same movement that's in my Tudor Ranger. It is a cost certified movement, it has accurate time, it's a really high quality in-house made movement with 70 hours of power reserve. Black Bay 58 as well as a sterile case back just like other Tudor watches and Rolex as well. The in-house movement that comes with this and my Tudor Ranger is great. 70 hours of power reserve, it has the non-magnetic silicone balance spring and a robust construction and overall great durability. The retail price for this watch initially was $3,800, and when this first came out, it was going way above retail. There were wait lists for it. So you get used versions of this watch for way below retail, some for around $2,500, maybe a little less than $3,000. But honestly, I got this watch for $2,500 out the door with shipping, and I got a really good example of this watch. It was used, very minimal wear on the bracelet and the case, very high quality. And it's one of those watches that's going to be in my collection for a very long time to come. I'm not sure why it took me so long to pull the trigger on getting the Tudor Black Bay 58. I always knew I wanted this blue version since 2020, since it was released. I did get this off Chrono24 for a phenomenal price, and honestly I'm blown away so far with how it fits on my wrist, how it looks, feels, and honestly it's one of those watches I think it's going to be in my collection for a while. Like I said, I will wear this watch for a couple of weeks, then I'll get my full in-depth review of the Tudor Black Bay 58. The last year I bought and sold so many different watches that I did not film for all of you. And I have a bunch of watches I do want to share with you that I think are phenomenal watches that definitely need some praise. One that already got a lot of praise I do want to make a video on is this watch right here. And I know this is a popular watch already. This is the Monta Noble. If you don't know Monta, it's a micro brand that makes phenomenal watches, especially for the cost. Very high quality. The Monta Noble's been out for some time now, and it was a watch that was praised by many people. Alright guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing and first impressions of my Tudor Black Bay 58 in blue. Me and my wife recently moved into this house, and this room right here is going to be my studio. I'm setting it up right now. My whole desk and camera setup is going to be back here. It's going to make it a lot easier to me to make more content for all of you. I have so many new watches I want to share with all of you, give you guys my opinion on new watches coming out and so on. So please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a comment down below what you think of the Tudor Black Bay 58, and let me know what you guys think of Tudor's releases of 2024. And a way waiting for Tudor to come out with a Black Bay 58 with the T-Fit clasp. If the Black Bay 58 had the T-Fit clasp, it would be the perfect vintage styling dive watch in my opinion. And remember, I do respond back to every single comment I get, and remember to stay humble.